สวัสดีครับก็ต้อนรับเข้าสู่รายการพิเศษนะครับที่ดูบอลกับแนทได้รับเกียรตินะครับจากทีมผู้จัดนะครับในฟุตบอลรายการพิเศษ Battle of the Race นะครับซึ่งวันนี้ผมอยู่กับ2ตำนานนักฟุตบอลของพรีเมียร์ลีกรู้สึกคืออยู่ตรงนี้แล้วรู้สึกขนลุกแล้วก็เป็นเกียรติมากๆก็ดไวทครับ Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
And Hes Nice to meet you. นี่คือตำนานของทั้ง2สโมสรนะครับแล้วก็ทุกคนรู้จักเขาอยู่แล้วโดยเฉพาะใครที่ชมฟุตบอลในยุค 90 นะครับตำนานศูนย์หน้าของลิเวอร์พูลแล้วก็ตำนานศูนย์หน้าของแมนเชสเตอร์ยูไนเต็ดนะครับก็จะขออนุญาตพูดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษต่อไปนะครับแล้วเดี๋ยวเราใส่ซับให้นะฮะ so surely this is not your first time in Thailand. My first question for all of you is which place you never go in Thailand and you want to go?
At least you're gonna tell me some place to think of. But,
Mountain or sea? Which one you prefer?
More mountain, but let's put the question to.
Chiang Mai.
Okay, Chiang Mai. Yeah.
I've never been, but it looks wonderful.
Okay.
The scenery, etc. So.
Okay.
I think more mountain for me. I don't know. Have you got mountains here?
Yeah, sure. In the northern Thailand.
Because I grew up where there's lots of sea, so mountain would be more appealing for me.
Okay, sure. So, for once, you should go to Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai.
Chiang Rai?
Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai.
Chiang
Both.
Rai or Chiang Mai.
Nice scenery, beautiful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, because like we said, we went to Phangan before together
Yes.
10 years ago. Okay. So this is Battle of the Reds, right? So we talk about United versus Liverpool. So my second question is, which is the most memorable, may say red fight between United and Liverpool in your memories? Which match?
Well, obviously, we played against each other quite frequently, and that's probably arguably the biggest games in British football between Man United and Liverpool. There's no secret there.
Yeah.
The rivalry, the history between both clubs is enormous, and so I had some fun memories. I think, particularly in the treble-winning year, I would think that would be the year that we had to go and sort of take on Liverpool in the backyard, and obviously the FA Cup, the battle in the FA Cup where they had hit the post a couple of times, and we scored 2 late goals, and obviously went on to win that competition that year. So, those are the memories that you will remember while you're playing as a Man United fan against Liverpool. But it's always been a game that both sets of players and fans look forward to.
Okay, thank you. So Emil, same questions.
Yeah, as Dwight mentioned there, when the fixture list comes out, that's the first game we look for as a Liverpool player. It's funny because I was at Leicester then when he won that, and then I won it the following year, so at Liverpool, so it was great. But yeah, I think we had some wonderful battles. One I can remember Barthez coming out trying to punch and I flicked the ball on Michael, headed it in. So yeah, them sort of games are wonderful games to play in because again they're so fierce, and these are at the top of the table all the time. And I like how you're impartial, by the way. You're wearing a Man United t-shirt.
Sure, I'm United fan.
Oh, you're supposed to be neutral.
Not neutral, United fan.
Well, yeah, no, it's great that these were wonderful times that we played against each other, and they were the team to beat.
Okay, thank you. So the definition of Emil Heskey in your opinion?
Definition of MESD, fantastic player. I'm glad that as a striker that I'm on the other end and not having to battle against him. He's bringing his intelligence to the game, his strength and power, his ability to finish, his ability to then hold up and link the play extremely well. So there's a bunch of things that I've admired about Emil over the years, and as he said, I'm a bit older than him, so I've seen him develop, but it's a player that I've always admired with what he brings to the game. In my opinion, doesn't get as much credit as he deserves in the game, but certainly when you play for the likes of Liverpool, tells you, and England of course, and for the rest of his playing career, it tells you what a quality player he has been, and for me personally, even better person outside of the game. So very lucky that we have this relationship. But from a playing perspective, someone that I admire very highly.
Okay, thank you. And so, same question, definition of Dwight Yorke.
So, definition of Dwight Yorke, intelligent, game ready, game intelligent, skillful, goal scorer, fun. That is fun because again, when you see Dwight, Dwight's always smiling. So that's Dwight on the pitch. When you're on the football pitch, at times you can see people's struggles. You can't see Dwight's struggles. Dwight's always smiling. Dwight's always having fun. And the thing about anything you do, if you're having fun, you know you're at a level. You know you're at your top. And that was Dwight. So at the end of the day, he's won everything that you can win.
Okay.
And he's doing it well, and having fun while doing it as well. So, inspiration for me because again I was a little bit younger, and my parents are coming from the Caribbean, and I seen a Caribbean player playing in the Premier League at the heights higher than myself. So he's someone that you can aspire to be, and no one can really understand the pressure that he's possibly going through because you've got. How many million people in Trinidad?
Not many, just
but it's still people
absolutely
aspiring to be you, and you've got to be that talisman, that person that everyone looks to. So it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with Emil because when I think about the player or legendary who have a nice smile, it's always be you.
Me blush.
And what do you think? Do you think that your smile will bring up a mentality of the team every time you play at United back then?
I think everybody is a little bit different. I've always seen myself different for the right reason, of course, not because I smile just for the sake of smiling. I'm smiling because I'm doing something that I enjoy doing and I love to, and I'm obviously a bit fortunate to having a second chance in life because I had opportunity that I really should not really be here, and so I value life maybe more than most people. I'm not saying that people don't value their life, but I see life differently, and I think often enough that we don't enjoy life or how life should be. And I'm not saying that in a way that people go out and be reckless or carelessness about their life, but you know, life is about celebration because I think often enough we underestimate, you know, being alive, and I enjoy that aspect. And of course, doing that football, what I get paid to do, play in front of millions of people, there is no better place. And so the reason I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of person, and sometimes I could be misrepresented in some way because people think that you're not taking the job seriously, but trust me, I do, but I rather do it in a happy form rather than a form that is not kind of sad and depressed. That's just not my character.
Yeah. So maybe a serious question right now. The White first. You said a month ago with the media that United need to work harder if they want to take back their place once they were belong. In the new leadership structure by Ineos, what's your expectation for the next season?
Well, the expectation to get back in that top four. I don't think we are a team that is ready to win the Premier League. It would be naive enough, although there is still that possibility. But I think we need to get back in the top four. That's where we were, and I thought the next step will be to challenge for the Premier League. But instead of we finish in the worst position this year since the history of the Premier League. So that's not where we want to be. Yes, we won a cup, which is great. 2 trophies in the past 2 years. Manager deserve a lot of credit. The players do as well. But at the same time, in terms of consistency, in terms of identity, in terms of our style of play, what Manchester United brings, that I think those are the areas that I will look at to try and improve. So let's take one step at a time. We made some changes. We brought in some important people to help off the pitch, directors of football, things that we didn't have at the football club. And now hopefully that we can move the club in the right direction. And for me, the first beginning of that will be to make sure that we back up in the top four.
Okay, do you think Eric Ten Hag is the right one?
But listen, there's question marks. I give him a lot of credit for winning 2 trophies in 2 seasons. I think if you look a little bit deeper into what the team has done in terms of identity, got knocked out to the Champions League, worst position, worst goal scoring. So there is some cracks in there that needs to be a little bit more assertive and convincing rather than the doubts that is hanging around. But huge respect to the manager in terms of winning 2 trophies, and as a aspiring manager myself, at the end of the day, you're going to be judged based on what you win, right, and trophies. But there are some paper cracks in there that he needs to tidy up a little bit, and I'm sure he'll be fine if he does that.
Okay, thank you, Dwight. So for Emil, also Liverpool hired a new head coach, set up a new structure as well. So in your opinion, how different between Liverpool and United in terms of restructuring the club?
Yeah, it's been a while since a total restructure has happened, so it's going to be interesting going forward, especially when Jurgen's had full hands on everything. Now Slot looks like he's just going to be head coach and have hierarchy that deal with all the other stuff. So that'll be an interesting one to look out at. I'm sure he'll have more. I'm sure he'll have say on who's coming in and who's going. But I think the structure now is more of he's a head coach, just go and coach and prepare them for the games, which is going to be interesting. It's something new for the Liverpool fans, but Liverpool fans are very respectful and they'll give him time. They'll give him time to say, and he'll need time. Dwight will tell you nothing's happened overnight.
Sure.
And you're looking at Ten Hag, who's actually won two trophies in 2 years, but he's still finding his feet. So Slot will have that because again the pressures of being at such a big club.
Okay, so another question for you, like Arne Slot, new Liverpool head coach is Dutch and came from Eredivisie as well, same as Eric Ten Hag. And what's the difference between 2 managers, in your opinion?
I'm sure their philosophies will be different. I'm sure, but again, the Dutch league is very attack-minded, very on the front foot, and very aggressive. Which is, to be fair, that's kind of suits the Liverpool way. When Jurgen first come in, it was all front foot, attack, pressure. After a while, you can't do that all game. So, but it'll be interesting to see how he actually adapts that. He's had a fantastic season, so you would have thought it'd be good because he's got better players.
Okay, thank you. So back to Dwight. Of course, United needs new striker since Anthony Martial left the club. So which type of forwards United need in your opinion, as we have been linked with Joshua Zirkzee and Ivan Toney?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's easy for us to sit here and talk about strikers because at the end of the day, it's the manager's call. He may see his philosophy, as we call it, his playing style differently, and he might go for somebody totally out the blue, like Rasmus Højlund. For me, was a bit total surprise when he came to the club. I didn't know anything about him, so he may. Although I've seen other players, and it's all good, all well and good to have your opinion on players, it's irrelevant. At the end of the day, the manager is the one who, or the board, the football directors, the people who are there to bring in these type of players. So I try not to get too bogged down about it and make my own suggestion. I just feel like it doesn't matter what I say, because at the end of the day, it's the manager call and the sports directors and these guys who are making these important decisions for the football club. So it's kind of relevant, but it's an area that we need to improve clearly with obviously with Anthony Martial leaving the football club. We had struggled in that area for a while. We have a young guy comes in with very little experience playing in the Premier League. For quite a lot of money. He's young. He's still learning the game. So very difficult season, especially the way we have finish the season this year, so it was hard for him. But hopefully he will gain some experience. But he does need another striker in that position. Maybe someone with a little bit more know-how, a little bit more experience that he can also learn from. But you know, with how things are panning out, with Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in as one of the backroom staff coaches, obviously an excellent striker himself. Maybe he can then teach them how to do the striker's role a little bit more efficient.
Okay, you just talk about Ruud van Nistelrooy. So you have a season play with him.
Yeah.
And in 2001 and 2002. Please tell us about your experience playing with him, and if he is a new United staff, what can he bring to United strikers nowadays?
Well, first to begin, he's an exceptional player. I thought he was exceptional. I thought when he came in, it's what we needed at the football club. Although myself and Coley was there, sometimes you need an injection. He looked for younger blood, a little bit more dynamics, and he certainly done that. You can see over the 4 or 5 seasons he's been there, his goal record speaks for himself. So he's obviously an outstanding player, and he has been. My experience playing with Ruud was one that I felt that could have really blossomed, but it wasn't to be, and that's part and parcel of our game. Sometimes when you think things could work out, it didn't quite work out that way. But I have huge respect for him. Going in as a backroom staff, he will gain a bit of he will gain respect from the players because of what he's done and achieved. So he's got in with some credibility to his name as a manager, now obviously as an ex-player as well. So there's a lot there that the players can feed off. He knows the club inside out. He spent a lot of time there, and so he has that experience, that insight of what Manchester United players should be like and what they should bring to the table. So I think it's a good, smart equation, Dutch connection, so to speak. So they speak the same language, I hope. And so, you know, and the young players can learn from someone like him with his insight, knowledge of the game.
Okay, thank you. For the last questions, in the October score prediction?
Listen, we got our butt kicked last time, and take full responsibility for it. In some ways, I had really 2 good chances. In my younger days, I would have closed my eyes and scored both of them. Unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. I'm second guessing myself these days. But I get myself in a little bit better shape because I think it's been a slightly one-sided affair recently with Liverpool kind of beating us, and I think at the moment I'm getting a little bit cheesed off by it. And so I have to make sure that when it comes around October time, that not only I will be in good shape, but also with the intent to make sure that we don't lose this one.
Okay, sure. And score prediction?
Yeah, again, I think for us it's just going out there and doing what we did last time. So
thanks to me, thanks to me, I miss all those chances.
We won last time, and we're out to do it again. It was tough. It was a very tough game last time, but we got over the line in the end.
Okay, sure. และนี่คือการสัมภาษณ์นะครับเอมิล เฮสกี้แล้วก็ดไวท์ ยอร์กนะครับ2ตำนานของยูไนเต็ดแล้วก็ลิเวอร์พูลนะครับแล้วก็สำคัญมากๆเลยนะครับตอนนี้เนี่ยรายการฟุตบอลที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้นในเดือนตุลาคมนะครับก็คือ Battle of the Red AllSTAR Thailand 2024 นะครับตอนนี้สามารถที่จะไปกดติดตามได้นะครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นในเพจ Facebook นะครับ TikTok หรือว่า Instagram นะครับ Battle of Red AllSTAR Thailand 2024 จะเรามีขึ้นให้ที่ด้านล่างนะครับแล้วก็ so pleasure to talk with you Dwight and Emil it will be an interesting and fantastic game I'm sure
That would be good.
Okay ขอบคุณมากนะครับสวัสดีครับ